Hello, IDG teams. Today I want to talk, my name is Reverend Elizabeth with Garden of Change. And I wanted to talk about the power and the value of listening today for the next 3 minutes. The value of listening to our patients, to our families, and to our own bodies. It's critical to health and healthcare. There are many ways to listen. Listening to that which is outside us. We are trained in our own disciplines, the interdisciplinary team, to listen from our own points of view. That's what makes a good IDG, that interdisciplinary vision. Active listening, reframing. I have a whole list of them if anybody wants to review. It's put out by the National Nurses Association. Beautiful list. There are many forms that help us hear others accurately. But the point of listening is to get information, but it's also to allow them to know that they're heard. Being heard is especially important in the work that we do in hospice and palliative care. This is more rare than it should be, really. It's a deep listening to know that we're heard and therefore that I matter, you matter. I'm reading a book, I'm reading it again, on trauma. It's from an MSW of color, about embodied trauma, how we as people inherit with our DNA both a lineage of trauma as well as we have our own personal trauma. And it's deep in our bones. It's called My Grandmother's Hands. I can't recommend it enough. It's very thought-provoking. It's essential for human health to be heard, and for our health too. And here we face the final voice that is most essential for us to listen to. Perhaps the most difficult. It's our voice that needs to be heard, our embodied voice, the one in our bodies that give us feedback. My yoga teacher, when I used to do yoga, she said, every pain tells a story. Follow the story. For the simple reason also that our bodies have these escalating tools of way of making themselves heard that can hurt us more and more and more until we listen. But here also maybe that voice, that higher voice of the prophets, that still small voice, the voice of the higher and the wiser within, the wisdom and the compassion or intuition. That voice needs to be listened to for our own sake as well as for our patients, for being good clinicians, for being effective clinicians. Let me say that. So in closing, let me just do a quick prayer. Holy One of many names, may we hear the better voices of our nature today and always. Let us pause and take a breath to know ourselves and to know our patients. Blessed be. Aho, Amin, Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Thank you for joining me today.